Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Her Mother Trucking Opinion. Thank you guys so much for tuning in because you could be anywhere else, but you're right here with me, listening to me and listening to what I have to say. So for that, I appreciate you. Now let's get into it. So y'all can see by the title, we are discussing NeYo and his thoughts on monogamy, okay? So NeYo recently went on a podcast to basically talk about how he has finally come to terms with the fact that he is not a monogamous man, okay? Monogamy is not for him. He speaks on how it has brought him a sense of relief to actually come to that fact, about himself and, just to be able to live in his truth. And I have something to say about that, right? So I was looking at the comments, and a lot of the comments were from women. And then you had some women saying, whoa, I'm shocked that he was even into women because, he seems like he goes for the other team, right? You had those comments. And then you had the comments of the women basically saying like, okay, he's this R&B superstar, right? He has the pick of the litter. He has all these women being thrown at him left and right. So of course, he's going to be non-monogamous. And then you have the women that I agree with are basically like, that's amazing that, he finally has come to terms with that about himself and that he's outspoken about it. He's upfront about it. I think that it's a beautiful thing. Now, I'm not a non-monogamous person. I prefer monogamy. I feel like monogamy is very organized. I feel like it's safer. It's less risk associated with monogamy versus dating multiple people who also date multiple people, right? But I do agree that as long as when he meets a lady, he's upfront like, hey, you are not the only one. I believe in non-monogamy, and he gives them the option to choose whether they want to deal with him or not, then nothing's wrong with it. Everybody is not going to be monogamous. Some people like multiple partners. Some people, I have like a guy that I used to be friends with. He was polyamorous is what you call it. Basically, he dates multiple women and those women also date whoever they date. So it's just basically a whole pool of people just dating each other. Now, is that for me? No, it's not, because when I hear that, I think of unwanted pregnancies and I think of diseases on diseases on diseases, because it's like there's no way to monitor who and what and where everybody's doing everybody. That's my thought of it, right? Which is why I prefer monogamy. So those are my thoughts about it. But I did find it interesting because, y'all, is it just me? But when I was younger, I had the biggest crush on NeYo. I'm not going to lie to y'all. When I was younger, I would say around 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I had the biggest crush on NeYo. I thought he was so hot and all that stuff. And I remember my friends and my cousins, they would pick on me because they like, what? Like something's off with him or whatever. They thought he was so ugly. But I always thought, the bald head, the hanging earring, I thought that was, kind of cute, at that age, at that time or whatever. But, is it just me? But I find it weird because I decided to kind of go onto his social media and I checked out his social media and I had seen where he had a post basically saying happy birthday to this lady on there. So I was like, who is this lady? So I go to the page, y'all, and it's this BBL having, ab etching having woman who likely got a bunch of surgeries. She's pretty in the face, don't get me wrong, but she's the OnlyFans chick. So she be on there fucking and sucking and doing, excuse my language, y'all, but y'all should be grown watching this video. But she be on there fucking and sucking and whatever else she's doing. Now, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm not into paying for subscriptions and all that stuff. I like my monies. So I'm not gonna go pay to see what's going on, but I can infer that maybe she's doing it with NeYo, because to me, they appear to be very monogamous. Now, that is on the surface. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes, right? You have a lot of instances where a man may say that he's non-monogamous, and that can be true, but he prefers his women to be monogamous. Like, he prefers his women to only date him, but he lets his women know, hey, I date all y'all, but y'all only date me. So it could be a case like that. But, from the outside looking in, if you go on the page and you kind of check it out, the only man on her page is him. You go on his page, she's nowhere on his page at all, right? she's not good for his image. He's this R&B lover guy. All of his songs are so loving and talking about relationships and being happy, but he's with a whore. He's with a chick who basically puts her vagina and her ass online for the world to see, or whatever, for the people who purchase the subscription. So I just found that so interesting. Like, a guy like NeYo, I don't know him from a can of paint, but his image, the image he puts out, right? Which is probably why he hasn't put her on his page. The image he puts out, the likelihood that he pairs with a woman of that caliber. You know what I mean? It's just very interesting. And I guess it kind of, speaks to the innate nature of some men, where they just like what they like, and they like booty and titties, and that's what it's giving. I don't know. Y'all be the judge of that. But like I was saying, he's everywhere on her account. When before she I guess starts her OnlyFans video, he's there in the background sticking his tongue out, rubbing on her booty. All that stuff is all on her page, on her Instagram page. I've seen it. And then on his page, it's nothing but his music, his children, him being a proud father, whatever. I don't know. The only reason I seen her on his page was because he had made a story telling her happy birthday. So I don't know. Y'all make do with what y'all make do with that. But I just found it interesting. I think his children are like 12 and 14. So it's like, is this like a play around type of relationship? Because if it's anything serious and you're talking about possibly marrying this woman or being with this woman long term, how do you introduce that to your children? Your children are of the age where they're on social media, right? They have friends that are on social media. So I guess, how do you introduce a woman who does this type of stuff and carries herself like this around your children, or especially around your daughter? How do you, I don't know. My mind went all type of places, but y'all, that's none of my business. But I will say, if anybody does decide to purchase a subscription, y'all can definitely, send me the video and I will review it for research purposes. Okay. I will come on here and let y'all know for research purposes what's going on in that video, But but yeah, so that's it for this video. Let me know you guys' thoughts. Like, do you feel like you are in agreement with NeYo? Are you also non-monogamous, or would you consider yourself a monogamous person? Me, I'm happily monogamous. I prefer monogamy. Like I said, it's very organized. I don't have to worry about Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Barbara, Susie, and Jennifer, and all these other people. I can just focus in on my one partner, and my partner focuses on me when it's done right, So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace.